right. Well, we made it back here, and I'm sorry I wasn't here yesterday. I had a commitment, just couldn't get away with it. And but
we missed you, man.
Oh, apparently, I was listening on the radio. I was at another local event I had to be at, and I was like, "It's 1-1." What?
Well, yeah.
We should have been beaten here as well.
We totally should. I mean, we certainly played far more in their zone than they played in ours. Except in the back end of the third period sort of thing. And I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm shaking my head. There's still that piece I can't quite understand about how, we can play hard against the Sioux and Hamilton and pull out wins, and then we play teams that we have typically lost against and we're losing, and they're in the bottom 5 of the league.
It seems to have been
I don't understand
precedent this year for it when we
crazy.
lose. Well, let's go to the scoreboard that's happening here today.
You forgot the whole introduction thing.
I did.
Hi, I'm Dave, and this is Jay.
Know who I am.
I get
they
you.
They certainly know who you are.
I know, but standards, man. It's about standards. What are you doing?
You could jump in
the more times you say my name,
all right.
the more
North
PR
Bay
I get.
Battalion is taking on Hamilton today. A lot of 2 o'clock games. Ottawa will take on the Kitchener Rangers.
Yeah.
Looks like Sault Ste. Marie and the London Knights already underway.
That's going to be a good, hard game.
Very and sound attack. There's a lot going on today. Of course, we're taking on Flint Firebirds here today. Erie will take on Windsor. Looks like they're underway.
That's going to be a tough game too, I think. Erie and Windsor.
Mississauga and Guelph will go on 4:30. Oshawa, Saginaw at 5:30, and that's it for our scoreboard here today.
Evening games, yeah.
It's a lot's been changing here the last little while in the Sarnia Sting. Again, we keep talking about the new addition of Mitch Elliott, but hard to stop talking about him because every game he seems to have performed. I mean, with the exception of yesterday, nobody really.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I think I do want to say. I mean, we brought in a new goalie. I mean, Ethan Langevin played goal with Fazio as backup, and Hughes, who got the big win against Flint last time in Flint. Was off for the night, but Ethan Langevin, I thought he played very well. I mean, it surprised me a little bit that he's not a bigger guy, and I think he's still kind of young. He didn't take up as much net as Aiden Hughes does. That's for sure. But I think he played well. I mean, there were some good moments where he, really stepped up and made a couple of great saves, and I think. That was one of the things that sort of kept us in that game, because as much as we were hard on Erie in their zone for the better part of the game, their goalie kind of stood on his head and was was really pulling out all the stops, because did we have some chances. I mean, there were crossbars and pile-ups and the whole night. It was a train wreck in their end almost the whole game, and it didn't show it in the scoreboard. I mean, there was one point I looked up and we were twice as many shots on net as they had, and so their goalie just did a great job. It was just one of those days, I think. So.
Well, thank goodness Jay Peckham was here to tell us all that. I only
because you missed it. You weren't here.
I know. And I actually felt really guilty.
I bet you did.
For a little bit, anyway. And that coming up, like the Stinger playing a lot of games back-to-back this week, and then it's a bit of a break, and they'll be back here Sunday.
Yeah. Well, and here's the other thing, too, is that we're in that part of the season where we've secured a spot in the playoffs. We know we can't lose it out.
Right.
And so now I think there might even be a bit of a different mindset going on in the locker room in terms of, okay, we know we've gotten to this point in the season through this kind of play, but this isn't going to be enough to get us through the playoffs. I mean, playoffs is a whole new strategy, because it is the best of 7. It's, you have to do outstanding every night. You have to keep up pace and intensity, and you have to have that.
Less room for error.
And you have to have that willingness to win and to really play hard and focus. So we may be, at the point where we're sort of like, okay, how can we change things up a little bit in order to, to get that, just that little bit more out of our guys. let's change it around, see if we can find some synergies between some guys that maybe haven't had a chance to play together before. So what we might be seeing right now is, while we have a bit of a comfort in our position in the league going into the playoffs, we know we've made it. Maybe they're just trying some stuff, and
right.
You know, some things are going to work and some things are going to not. But I mean, this is a great time for us to get some real information and some, you know, telemetry out of what our guys are doing. So we'll see what happens.
There's the horn, the Sarnia Stinger out on the ice, and the beginning ceremony is getting underway here as we get ready to take on the Flint Firebirds.
Absolutely.
Let's see if Jay Peckham, let's see what kind of mood he's in come first period.
It's going to be a good one.
Fan perspective. I'm David Burrows, broadcasting for the Video Show Network, and my friend Jay Peckham.
Go Sting, go!
Talk to you soon.